Okay, hello everybody. I think we just went live there. Okay, excellent. So, hello and welcome to this week's essential oil class. Each week we join together on Sunday evenings. You know what? Hang on. I'm going to interrupt myself here. And I'm going to stop my screen share because I'd like to talk to you and see you guys. So there we go. I was just testing that out. Okay, so again, hello and welcome to this week's essential oil class. Each week we join together on Sunday evenings at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time to present to you a class on essential oils. We delve into the therapeutic properties, safety, and lots of recipes to teach you how to use essential oils safely. This week, our topic is lemon essential oil. After the presentation, we will be answering your questions. If you are watching this on Google Hangouts, you can click on the Q&A button and submit your question that way. If you are on YouTube, you will need to click the text bringing you to a new screen where you will find a grid-looking box located on the upper right corner of the live feed. And from there, you can select Q&A. Please note that we will not be answering questions until after the presentation. If you missed this live class, a recording will be available on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe while you are there so you don't miss each weekly class. I will also be in Periscope tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time. And you can find me at Using EOS Safely. So let's get started. I'm Leah Harris, certified clinical aromatherapist and founder of usingeossafely.com. And I'm here with Daphne right now. Christy may be joining us a little bit later. Daphne helps me and Christy and a few other volunteers admin for the Using Essential Oils Safely Facebook group. And we have been presenting essential oil classes for several weeks now, and we're having a lot of fun. These classes are for anyone interested in learning more about essential oils, whether you are a beginner or a longtime user. And again, this week we are focusing on lemon essential oil. So I am going to be swapping over now to screenshot mode, and I'll be able to walk you through the lemon essential oil webinar presentation. And when I'm finished, we will work through all of the questions that you have. And I hope you come up with some really good ones because we have some really great conversation from your wonderful questions. So let's go ahead and begin. Here is where you will be able to find all of the information that I'm going over with you this evening. You will find it at usingeossafely.com/lemoneo. And I'd like to begin by covering, there we go, click, there we go, covering a few of the lemon constituents. Now, this is just an overview of the main constituents of lemon essential oil. And I just want to explain that an essential oil is not just one ingredient. We may say lemon essential oil, but it's often made up of dozens and sometimes hundreds of constituents which make it up. Just like cake is not a cake, it is eggs, flour, sugar, and other ingredients. It's the sum of these constituents that make an essential oil, and these constituents determine how it benefits us and any safety considerations. Now, these are just a few of the constituents that you can see here. There are more available in lemon essential oil, but these are the main ones. And scientists and researchers have studied many of these constituents and have been able to determine how they affect the body. Some of these constituents are beneficial, and that's where therapeutic properties come in, such as these here. As you can see, there's a lot of therapeutic benefit to lemon essential oil. I think so far of all the classes we've done, I think this is the biggest list that I've been able to share with you guys so far. Now, other constituents can cause adverse reactions such as skin irritation, or in the case of lemon, phototoxic reactions, which we'll discuss in a moment. But these are the therapeutic properties. And knowing these therapeutic properties can help us to determine the benefits of lemon essential oil, such as these. And lemon essential oil, as you can see, has a wide variety of benefits. It can help with colds, flu, sore throat, everything you see here, circulatory issues, digestive issues. It can help with the immune system, the lymphatic system, the limbic system, respiratory system. It can help with skin. And not shown on here, and what we will be discussing later, is how it can help you clean your home. Lemon is really excellent for cleaning. So just to go over the safety really quickly, it is safe for pregnancy, it's safe for use during breastfeeding, it's safe for children. You can apply it topically, inhale it, it's safe for dogs. It's not recommended for cats. And if you want to know more about cats, you can go to using eossafely.com/safecats, and you can see why I do not recommend essential oils for cats. There's 2 topical maxes here that you can see. I first have given you the topical max for cold pressed essential oil, and this is going to be probably all of the lemon essential oils that you'll come across are probably going to be cold pressed. And the cold pressed, because it's pressed from the skins, it does have phototoxic concern. So you want to make sure that when you use this essential oil, you are diluting to 2%, or you can risk phototoxic reactions such as redness, irritation, pigmentation changes, edema, or blistering with exposure to the sun. So if you're going to be using it topically for yourself or acne or whatever you want to use it for, either stay under the 2% or purchase some steam distilled. You can go up to 20% if you purchase a steam distilled essential oil. It's a little bit more difficult to find. And I don't even own steam distilled lemon essential oil because I find I use lemon more for either inhalation or in cleaning, or if I do use it on my skin, I'm not going over that 2% max. But I just wanted to make sure you knew the difference between the two if you choose to use it. So we have a lot of recipes to share this evening, and the first one is for arthritis. You can use lemon essential oil for arthritis for all ages. If you do use it for adults, I do suggest that you combine it with helichrysum because lemon has that 2% maximum that we just discussed, and I do suggest a 3 to 5% dilution for using for arthritis. If you do have that steam distilled, you can ignore the combination with helichrysum, although it does make a really lovely combination. Lemon essential oil is also useful for poor circulation. And again, same thing here. If you are an adult and you're using it for yourself and you want that 3 to 5% dilution, which I do recommend for poor circulation, it's a good idea to combine that with cypress. And I've given you the number of drops you need here just to make sure that you don't go over that 2% max for lemon. Cypress is really great for poor circulation as well. And here we have varicose veins, it's also good for, and I do have that in combination with helichrysum. I try to keep all of these recipes focused on the essential oil at hand. So my main thrust here is obviously for lemon. If you were to combine more than 1 or 2 essential oils, I'd probably suggest a lemon along with helichrysum and cypress, maybe grapefruit, black pepper. Those are all circulatory stimulating essential oils that would be really great for varicose veins. And as we mentioned, it's also good for the digestive system. Here we have a recipe that you can use topically over the abdomen as needed for digestive distress, whether it's upset stomach, indigestion, nausea, gas, anything like that you can use topically. You can also use, I need to make myself a note. I do not have a slide for inhaling. I do. Okay. Never mind. I saw it. It's right here on the bottom. Yes, you can inhale or diffuse. That's also very useful. I actually suggest that first. If you have any digestive issues, try the inhaler, try diffusing. If it's real serious, definitely go ahead and use topically. And I do have a suggestion for combining with coriander. Makes a really great combination. Here we go, back to poor appetite. If you find, you have a poor appetite, I think a lot of us maybe have too much of an appetite, but say your children, they're not eating very well and you want to encourage their appetite, lemon essential oil can be useful. When you do inhale it, I think a lot of people, it does help them feel more energized as well as kind of stirs up the appetite. So that is something you can try. Lemon essential oil is very useful for inhaling or diffusing to combat airborne bacteria, fungi, viruses. So if you're dealing with a cold or someone in your family is dealing with cold or flu or any type of germs, diffusing in the main area is a really great way to combat that. Also, what you can do for the cold and flu is, like I just mentioned for the airborne, you can give whoever's sick, they can use an inhaler, you can diffuse. If they are real sick and it's not just I think you might be getting sick thing, definitely go for the personal inhaler. It is more direct than diffusing and it'll be more effective for you. Next, we have sore throat. You can use lemon essential oil for sore throat. Of course, you want to apply topically to the outside of the throat. I'm not suggesting that you drink this at all. And lemon is a really great combination with sandalwood for sore throat for those who are adults that can use, 3 to 5% dilution. Inhaling lemon essential oil can help with anxiety issues, depression, irritability, stress, tension, any of those types of issues that cause distress in your limbic system. Lemon essential oil would be really great for inhaling. And again, if it's a more serious issue, then you want to go ahead and use an inhaler and not a diffuser. And I'm being told that I forgot, the one last thing I forgot before I went ahead and presented this is to make that pretty link. So this pretty link right now is not working yet. So bear with me through this presentation, and when we're done, I'll go ahead and make that pretty link available. Lemon essential oil is also really great for swollen lymph nodes. You can combine it with tea tree especially, makes a really great combination to help combat swollen lymph nodes. Lemon essential oil is good for muscle tendon aches, pains, inflammation, especially when combined with peppermint. And of course, we want to use peppermint only with children over the age of 6. Lemon essential oil is also useful to use in a steam inhalation. And here I describe for you just exactly how I like to do steam inhalations. Just add no more than 2 drops of lemon essential oil to a bowl of steaming water. You want to place your head over that steaming water and place a towel over your head to kind of trap that steam in. And that will really help with opening up those airways. Acne. Now here we get to the topical uses. The next following slides are for skin issues. This one is for acne. And as you can see, we are sticking to a 1% dilution. We are staying under that 2% max dilution. This is assuming you're using this for acne on your face. If you are using this lemon essential oil for acne on other areas of your body, it is okay to use a 2% dilution. Just generally for faces, we want to stick to 1%. Body odor, we can use lemon in soap, and we can apply topically and wash off as needed to help with body odor. Oily skin is another thing that lemon essential oil is really great for. You can add it to your facial cleanser, moisturizer, or you can just add it to some lotion and you can apply to oily skin. Again, these 1% dilutions are assuming face. If you're using it for other areas of your body, definitely go ahead and double that to 2%. You can certainly stick to the 1% as well in other areas of your body, but you are allowed totally to go up to 2% for that. Lemon essential oil is also really good for wrinkles. You can add 6 drops per ounce of facial cleanser, moisturizer, lotion, or liquid foundation. You can apply as you normally would. Again, this is assuming on the face for 1% dilution. Now here we have a few recipes for around the home. If you want to use your own, if you want to make your own bathroom spray, this is a really great spray. You can absolutely add other essential oils as well. But like I said, I like to focus on the one essential oil that we are talking about, which is lemon essential oil. You can add 120 drops of lemon essential oil to a 6-ounce spray bottle. It's basically 20 drops per ounce, I believe. Yes. And then you want to fill the neck with water. And of course, you want to shake well before using. Other really great essential oils to combine with lemon, if you wish, would be peppermint, spearmint, and then actually base essential oils such as sandalwood, cedarwood, anything heavy will linger in the air a little longer. And I actually find that they actually mask unpleasant bathroom odors much better than the top notes, which tend to go away more quickly. So kind of play around with it. Use what you like, whatever you're drawn to, but lemon itself is really great as the main ingredient for that. Now this is what I call my killer cleaning paste. This is super, super effective. And I've had this recipe out there for a couple of years now. And every time I post this recipe, everyone's always ranting and raving, saying, yes, I've been using this. It works so great. Or they'll just newly use it. And they're like, wow, this is amazing. I can't believe it. But basically, you're adding 10 drops of lemon essential oil per half cup of baking soda and 2 tablespoons of hydrogen peroxide. And this makes a really, not a really thick, it makes a thick cleaning paste. And if you want to thin it out a little bit like a soft scrub, then you can feel free to add more hydrogen peroxide. Now, I used this to clean out the inside of refrigerators. Sometimes you get kind of those marks all over the inside. And I thought, when I cleaned out my old refrigerator, I thought, these are permanent marks. You know, it's just, you know, you put pans in and out or whatever you're doing that's in and out and it's scraping up the sides. They actually came off. The inside of my refrigerator looked as good as new and it smelled absolutely fabulous. Not only that, I've used this cleaning paste in my bathtubs. I've used it to scrub the inside of my oven out and it works amazingly. And here's a testimonial from KA. I'm not sure what her real name is, but she goes by KA. She's in our group. And she says, I use your lemon oil oven cleaner and it is amazing. I roast whole chickens often and bake almost every day, so my oven gets messy quick. It's safer than lye cleaners and works better than the commercial lemon cleaners. Costs a lot less too. Yes, it does. Absolutely. And it smells really great as well. Here's a recipe I have for a cleaning spray. Now, if you are a member of our Using Essential Oils Safely group, a couple of weeks ago, I shared a link where a chemist did a bunch of different tests on different commercial cleaners and also vinegar and hydrogen peroxide to see which cleaned the best. She would swab germs and she'd put them in the Petri dishes and she'd, you know, just take pictures for us of what everything looked like afterwards. And hydrogen peroxide, hands down, was the winner. Hands down. So this is my cleaning spray, but I swapped out. I normally was recommending vinegar, which you can also use, but I have had some complaints where people don't like vinegar and they want to know what to use instead. So fortunately, hydrogen peroxide cleans even better than vinegar. And then of course you don't have that strong vinegar aroma. So you can add 20 drops of lemon essential oil per ounce of hydrogen peroxide. And of course, we want to shake well before we're using, because lemon essential oil will float on the top of your bottle and it won't, when you spray, it just won't be getting up that pump. Another way to use lemon essential oil is to add to your dryer balls before you toss them in the dryer and dry your clothes. You can add about 5 to 10 drops. Sometimes you can't really smell the aroma very strongly when you're pulling your clothes out of the dryer. And if you want a stronger smell, you can go with more drops, or you can toss the ball in later in the cycle. It's totally up to you. Next we have, this is our last recipe. I'm sure I could have gone on and on and on, but for a label remover, I have had really good success. I like when I'm done with a salsa jar or a pickle jar or any other jars. Sometimes those labels are super sticky, and sometimes I like to reuse these jars. So what you can do is you can drip some lemon essential oil. You want to cover the label well when you do. You want it all soaked up, and you can see it has that like oily coating on it. And you want to let it sit for about 20 or 30 minutes. You can even let it sit overnight. The longer the better. It's totally fine. And when that's soaked in, you want to use a flat scraper to remove, or you can scrub it off with those metal scrubbies under running warm water. I guess it depends how long that you've let it sit. I use one of those Pampered Chef scrapers. They're the flat ones, and you can peel those labels off really easily with that. Sometimes I've been in a hurry and I've just blasted that hot water on with a scrubby, and that's also worked really well too. Of course, it also depends on how sticky that label is originally, but lemon essential oil, no need to dilute, put it right on and it will come off really well. Now, last word on using lemon essential oil. As you can see, we do not have any recipes for ingestion with lemon essential oil. Some of you might be a little bit confused because you've heard that it's okay to add lemon essential oil to your water, but I strongly urge you to reconsider. Please do not fall for the dangerous fad of adding essential oils such as lemon to your drinking water. As we know, oil and water do not mix. Essential oils are the same. They do not mix with water. It will hit your mouth, esophagus, and other parts at full concentration, and we do not want to be burning the insides. Some people find that immediately they have burning or redness or irritation. Other people find that over the long term, they have that burning or redness or irritation. But it's guaranteed if you keep up long-term use of essential oils consumed in this way, whether it's lemon or any other essential oil, you can find that it will cause permanent damage to your esophagus. It can increase your risk of developing ulcers or even cause kidney or liver distress or failure. We have had a few testimonials in our group from users who have done this and have had their doctors verify it is from lemon essential oil. So please be careful and use real lemons. You know, real lemons actually contain vitamins and nutrients. They're detoxifying and it's rejuvenating. I like to slice and quarter lemons and freeze them and put them in my water. I'll slice them, I'll quarter them, I'll freeze them in little baggies, then I'll pull them out of the freezer and plop them in my water. I'll usually add 1 or 2 in the morning. It lasts all day long. If you do use real lemons, just like the lemon essential oil, most lemon essential oils are not organic. It doesn't matter if we're not consuming them, but please, if you're consuming real lemons, please find organic lemons. Pesticides can be all over the outside of the rinds, and if you're doing this, if you're adding real lemons to your water, you can get a dose of pesticides along with vitamin C. So please consider purchasing organic. It's definitely worth it. Lastly, you can enter to win lemon essential oil. I am giving away a 2-ounce bottle of Orocacia lemon. This is the size I personally prefer to purchase because I use lemon a lot in cleaning, and I find a small 5 ml just doesn't really cut it. So if you are coming in late and you missed the beginning of this slideshow, you can definitely join me on Periscope tomorrow, Monday at noon Eastern Standard Time, and I will be doing this there. Of course, I will not be having this lovely slideshow for you, but you can see me in person talk about this. And if you have enjoyed this class, please join our other classes. Please review. We have all of them recorded. You can find mini crash courses on essential oils at usingeossafely.com/EO class. We've done sandalwood, we've done clove, we've done helichrysum, we've done aphrodisiacs, anti-congestion, and sedatives. Next week, we are doing anti-germ. So you definitely want to join us there for that. So if you are, before we get to the Q&A, I just want to ask, if you are enjoying these classes and feel that you have in any way benefited, please consider sending some PayPal love my way. I do have a link. It's paypal.me/LeahHarrisUEOS. And if anybody donates more than $8, I will send you a PDF copy of my book, The Truth About Essential Oil Safety and Appreciation. So we will be doing a giveaway, but first we're going to be answering those questions for you. So let me swap over to me. Hello there. And Daphne's here. You can see her down there patiently waiting. Okay, so here is the Q&A section. I do have it up for you guys. If you have any questions, please type them in. And somebody's asking, they're saying they're having issues. I'm not sure what issues you're having, Danielle. Please let me know what you are having for issues, if you can. Janet asks, does anyone have a link to make your own wool dryer balls?
I do. I have one ready to go, but I can't link it. I don't have the ability to even ask a question for some reason. I don't know if my settings are screwed up or what.
Okay, let me see what I can do with that. Meanwhile, if you guys have any questions about what we discussed this evening, about any recipes or any of the usage recommendations, please feel free, if you can, ask the question. If you are watching on Google Hangouts, you can click that Q&A up there next to the live, or actually it'd be up there because this is backwards. You can click over there, and then you are able to submit your question then. Meanwhile, I'm going to see if I can find how to allow Daphne to type. Actually, I can't type in either.
I don't know, but I'll send you the link, and there you go.
Okay, I do not have the ability to type in either.
Oh,
so that is very interesting. But I can see if you guys have any questions.
Well, yeah. My response was gonna be, I'll type it in the chat, I guess. I can do that. Mommy Potamus has a recipe. It's mommypotamus.com/make-wool-dryer-balls. That was hard to say.
You know, it actually popped up when you typed that in. I don't know. I guess you said you typed it in the chat. It popped right up next to your face.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm the only one that could see that or not, but it did.
Oh, 2 more questions. Okay.
Okay, okay, yeah, Danielle's having problems with the class. Sorry, Danielle, you're going to have to watch the replay. I'm going to have to figure that out for you. But Kelly's asking, would you use any carrier oil with these? Yes, you can definitely use any carrier oil with these. If you are using it for the face, I really like rosehip or argan. But generally speaking, absolutely you can. If I had to pick one carrier oil, I would say jojoba, simply because it's a liquid wax and it lasts a very, very long time. But therapeutically, it generally doesn't matter. Say if you're dealing with congestion, it's really not going to matter too much which one you use. But if you are using it for, say, wrinkles or acne or something like that, then you may want to choose one a little bit more therapeutic for that action. But generally, it doesn't. Okay, where do we enter the contest? You can go, I'm going to try to do that pretty link right now. I know that's not working. Here, Daphne, talk about something, and I'm going to do that link. I'm going to put you on the spot.
No, you're fine. I would notice when you were going through the slide that you listed varicose veins and arthritis. Another similar use that would slide in there is gout. If you're making a gout blend, the lemon is supposed to be really good for breaking up the uric acid in that. I also, my favorite use for lemon essential oil, it's kind of strong for me, so I don't use it a lot. I prefer other citruses, but where I really use lemon essential oil is in the dishwasher. I sprinkle like a 1/4 cup of borax, or I just eyeball it. I just sprinkle it around the bottom of my dishwasher, and then I add a few drops of lemon essential oil on top of, you know, a little amount of borax. And it has really seemed to help my dishes quite a bit. And as a matter of fact, I'm now able to take it off the high heat wash, which I think will allow me to wash some of the dishes that are dishwasher safe, but were melting in my dishwasher before from the high heat. So yeah, I really love that tip. Because I don't make your own dishwasher stuff because they don't seem to work very well. I don't think we have hard water, but then my dishwasher tries to tell me otherwise. So,
yeah, that's a really great tip. I also like to use lemon essential oil for my dishwasher. That's really, really great. There is a, let me just flip this over. There is a really great recipe for using in your dishwasher. See, how am I not on here? Well, it's not showing me, but that's okay. There is a really great link in our books. If you go to usingeossafely.com/books, you can find a link to Mommy Potamus's, actually her book, her DIY cleaning recipes book, and it has a really, really great recipe for using, I think it's like, washing soda is the main ingredient, along with essential oils, and it works really, really well. So as far as entering the contest, you can go now to usingeossafely.com/lemoneo, and that will bring you right to our page that we discussed this evening. And near the bottom is the place where you can enter. to win the lemon essential oil. Oh, there I am. So you can go right here. Lemon-EO. And it's near the bottom, and it's a Rafflecopter. Like all of my giveaways, I use Rafflecopter, and that is really easy for me. It holds all the entries all at once, and then when we're ready to go and pick a winner, it uses random.org, and then it selects a winner really easily for me. So yeah, you should be able to find it there. It's near the end. Again, it's a really long post. I went over a lot of slides this evening, so just keep on scrolling near the end. So if there are any other questions about lemon essential oil, it has a lot of uses. I hope everyone's able to find that Q&A. It's a little bit different than we're used to with Blab. You just have to click that one button, that Q&A, and then you should be able to ask a question.
Did you get the pretty link fixed?
I did. Yep,
Lemon-EO. It's not. Let me see if it loads.
It should, yeah, the thing is, I didn't actually go ahead and do the pretty link. I just published the post and forgot to do the pretty link. So just right now, it's able to.
It told me it wasn't going to.
Thanks, Danielle. It's actually, my makeup is totally the same. What I have is I have this giant umbrella light here focused right on me. Because I've noticed my video has been really poor quality. Like it seems to be okay. And then once it uploads to YouTube, it's like it looks really bad. And I have a really great webcam. So I was Googling and trying to figure out what was going on. And then I realized, you know what? The lighting is really low in here in the evening. So I'm going to go ahead and just blast myself with this blue light so I can be up to 3 a.m. so you guys can see me a little bit better. So thank you for noticing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't realize your hair was quite that blonde.
Oh, it
honest,
is.
I thought your hair was silver, to be honest.
Silver? Are you serious?
Like, yeah, intentionally silver, not like old silver. Like,
not yet. Hopefully someday. There are some people that have most beautiful silver hair. Her hair is so beautiful when they age. It's so awesome. So hopefully one day.
Zorbris, you probably don't know who she is, but she's a Christian singer. We all know her because she was the very pregnant wife of one of the Royals players during the World Series. And
what's her name again?
Juliana Zorbris.
No, I haven't.
Oh, she all of Kansas City loves her because she held that baby in all through the World Series for the parade. And she was posting pictures and she'd be like, #men need to stop asking me how dilated I am. It's just so funny, but she has the silver hair thing going, and so awesome. It's just in style. It is. That's why when I said you have silver hair, gray hair, I meant silver.
No, or I know. Yeah, hopefully someday that'd be awesome. But speaking of, you can actually, I haven't done this, but you can actually use lemon essential oil in your shampoo or conditioner to help actually lighten your hair. My hair is actually light enough. I'm okay with it, but you can go ahead and do that too. That's another thing you can throw in there. So if you guys have any suggestions that I didn't mention, or you're wondering, can I also do this with it? Please ask, because the answer could be yes.
Well, I know that, sorry, my head. Hair, sorry. My brain just all of a sudden went 100 different ways. Where did that come out? For hair, it's also supposed to be good for grease, along with rosemary.
Exactly. And I just wanted to reiterate on that ingesting lemon essential oil, because it is so effective for grease. If you ever use it to remove sticky labels or grease or anything, you'll go, wow, this is why I do not drink this stuff. It's going to clean me right out. So Grammy Lynn has mentioned that she just found it to ask a question. You do have to click. Okay, so it actually depends where you're coming from. If you are coming from YouTube, you can select, there's like a 9 square, she says, at the top right of the page. It's like a cube, like a Rubik's Cube thing, at the top right of the page that you click on, and then you click on the Q&A. I did post this in the group earlier to share with you how to do this. So from there, you click on the Q&A, and then you can type ask a question from there. Sandy, yes. Daphne, can you see her? She's in the bottom square. I don't know if you can see, but I'm in the big square, and Daphne's in that small square, and I'll bump her up now. Let's see. Ta-da! Is she going to
Hey
go?
guys.
There she goes. So there's Sandy. Can you see her? Can you see Daphne now? I'm assuming everybody can see us here in the bottom as well. That's how it's supposed to work. So how many of you are viewing from YouTube? I'm just curious if you're viewing from YouTube or from Google Hangouts, because it's a live feed from both. In fact, it's also, okay, so Danielle's saying she can only see one or the other right now. So that's interesting. I've also embedded this on my webpage, /lemoneo. You can find it there as well.
Yeah, it's working on YouTube. I've checked it a couple times for different people. So we just need to be more conscious of, sorry,
right,
putting up who's talking.
Yep. Okay, yeah, Grammy Lynn's saying she's on Google and she can only see one at a time. That's really interesting. I wonder if that's just for you and I then, Daphne.
I guess
if we're the
so.
only ones that can see us. Okay. Good to know.
I guess that's why it automatically pops up whoever is speaking unless we change the settings.
Right, right.
I want to know why it did not change my banner.
Why it didn't change what?
It didn't change my banner. Let me turn it off.
Oh, there we go.
There it goes.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Okay, yeah, so they're not seeing the smaller box. That's good to know.
That stinks.
Thanks, Janet, for letting me know. And Danielle's on Google, and she says she's not loving it.
You know what,
sorry,
Danielle? As much as I'm ticked off at Blab right now, I kind of agree with you.
It is a different format. See, we've been having issues with Blab. It seems like every week, either Daphne, Christy, or I will have issues with our sound, with our video. It's just, I hope that they can work it out. Grammy Lynn is saying Daphne sounds like an echo. Hopefully, you know, I've done Google Plus a couple of times and I haven't had any issues so far. So I'm kind of liking this.
I think it's just harder. It's less buggy. It's just harder for people to use.
With the Google Plus?
Mm-hmm. Especially from mobile, because that was the thing.
Yeah, definitely for mobile. Unfortunately, Google Plus does not work, or Google Hangouts does not work for mobile, but you can use, you can access this on YouTube though. You should be able to watch on YouTube. So, you know, I've thought about this heavily and I really value you guys' input a lot. But I feel like overall that this is a better format. I think that being able to present you guys that slideshow presentation, that was something that you guys were asking for. And I think that it's better here than it is on Blab. On Blab, it's a small screen. So for you guys to be able to actually see what I'm showing you, this is the best format. I love Blab too. When it works, it's a lot of fun. And I'm not saying we will never use Blab again, but, you know, definitely give me your feedback on what you're liking. Also, please consider that, you know, this is something that everybody's new to right now. We're all trying this for the first time. I have done Google Plus a couple of times before on Wednesdays just to kind of get used to it. But I do think overall this is probably the better platform. It's just a couple of clicks to get into the Q&A, which, you know, I understand is a little bit of a learning curve, but it's just a couple of steps. And I think overall, the more of you that use it and give it a try, I think you'll get used to it. Just like Blab, you know, there's plenty of people that didn't want to use Blab at all because it involved having to register with Twitter. And a lot of people just don't want to have anything to do with Twitter. So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, I just have to do what I feel is the best for the presentation. And then those of you who can't figure out how to participate, I wish everyone could, and I'm really apologetic over that. I wish it was easy for all of you. But you can watch the replays at least, and you will be able to get some learning in that way too. Okay, so Annette's having a little bit of problems hearing an echo. My voice is not syncing with my lips. I'm getting that a little bit as well on my end. Heather's just now seeing Daphne. Okay, there's a couple of votes, people that are coming in from Google Hangout. Yeah, you will get used to it. You will. And please bear with us. I know Blab was a little bit to get used to as well. So I appreciate your patience and you know, getting used to it. Danielle's saying she agrees that Blab had issues, but she likes the format better. It is different. It is. And I enjoyed it too. Believe me, I do. If Blab, you know, it's a beta thing right now. And if they can work out those kinks to where the last 2 times I went to do classes, guys, for those of you who tried, it would not show my video feed at all, which is essential for me to show this PowerPoint presentations to you. And it forced me to refresh my screen, and then it completely, the link just didn't work for anybody. It completely cut it right off, and I had to start a new link. So all throughout the week when I was sharing that link with you, and there were literally about 800 people there ready to join, and then it just cut it off. It just ended it right there, and then I had to create a new link and then quick tell everybody in 5 or 10 minutes, this is the new link. You know, so that's not fair for you guys either, to every week, you know, and then you have to try to find a new link. So I think no matter what we use, there are going to be people that aren't as familiar, and we can just work together, and I can help you try to figure this out, because I think it's going to be really enjoyable if we can just give it a chance. And if it's really lousy, you know, we can try Blab again. I'm totally open, but, you know, let's try to give this a shot too. Okay, Kelly says it's working great on her end. She's on Google. Excellent. That's good to know. It should work great on that Google link. I'm glad for the YouTube option as well for those on mobile. Sandy's asking, I can only see this with YouTube. Is there another option? There is another option. If you go to usingeossafely.com/live class, that should bring you right to the Google Plus link, and you should be able to see us right on there. You might have to click play or something to kind of get it going, or it might just already be playing for you. I'm not sure which. Yes, Danielle, I will be on Periscope still on Mondays. Yes. So I will be there tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time. I will be on Periscope. You can find me using EOS Safely. And I will be on Periscope. Again, it's going to be different than this. I obviously can't screen share on Periscope, but like I did last week, I was able to use my touchpad and hold it up and kind of like put it real near the camera so that you guys can see the image that I was talking about at the time. I kind of prefer this format better, but I know a lot of you are on Periscope and like that. So I'm trying, I really don't want to do 3 classes a week. It's a lot, it's time consuming, and I'm doing this for free. So for 3 days, like I'm doing this, and you know, I didn't mind for the first few weeks. I was trying to figure all this out, but preferably if I can stick to just one format on Sunday evenings and then do the Monday Periscope, that would be great. Okay, Janet has a comment. I love this platform. Knowing we can get all the slides on the website allows us to hear what you are saying without having to take lots of notes. Yes, absolutely. And that was why a lot of you had a really great suggestion when I was asking for feedback a couple of weeks ago on Blab, and you were like, I wish we could see what you're talking about at the same time, because it was just me like this talking, and you're like, what was that again? And you know, there's a lot. I was, you know, had to pretty much read each slide. This way I'm able to just say, this is what you do for acne, you know, and just kind of like not really have to review every last word of it, because you can see it, you can take notes if you want, and yes, again, it's on the website. Everything's on the website. Okay, Paula has a comment. I'm seeing Daphne on Google and Leah on YouTube, but thank you for these mini courses. I'm really enjoying them. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying them. They're a lot of fun for me to put together. I wouldn't, but I enjoy it. Making all those images and everything is just a ton of fun for me. And it's really fun to be able to share those through the week with you guys. Okay, Janice is saying, hint, if you try to see the answer to a previous question, you will be repositioned to the answer and lose the live feed. That's a really great comment, Janice. For those of you, you know, I may already be too late. This is something I'm going to have to remind everybody. But you're right. For those of you watching the replay, if you go to the Q&A and click on the questions, what I'm doing is as I click on to answer the questions and I give my answer, those are being noted by Google or by YouTube or whoever's the one that's actually controlling it all. So if you click on the question, it will skip right to the video portion where I'm answering it. right then and there, which is really kind of cool. So if you scroll through the questions, and you can just skip right to whatever answer. So you can skip over maybe the ones that you don't care about and just go right there, which is really nice. Okay, Heather. Oh, wow, Siri, really? I don't know what I said. So Heather's saying that Leah's syncing issues are better on YouTube. Okay, good to know, good to know. Yeah, I mean, you definitely can go right to YouTube. I mean, that's where it's going to be anyways. Go right to YouTube and watch live there. That would be awesome. So Danielle has a comment. I'm so grateful for all your hard work. Sorry if I came across any different. No, not at all. I've become obsessed with learning more. I don't want to miss any. Yes. No, I want your feedback. If you're having issues, I want to know about them. And if you can email me with anything you haven't figured out, I really want to try. I can't guarantee, but I want to really try to make sure that all of you are able to participate and as much as you want to. So if you're having trouble finding where to do the questions, which you're obviously doing just fine on, then that is something I want to help you with. So hopefully as the weeks go by and we do more classes, you guys will be able to have a little bit more time figuring things out. I'm just going to swap over here and see if there's anybody in the group chat. No, good. Everybody's on the questions. That's excellent. Excellent. So are there any more questions or comments? I know there's a little more off-topic comments about how we're using this tonight, because it's really the first time we've done this on a Sunday evening. So it's really interesting to hear your feedback for those of you who have been joining us on Blab. It's really nice to hear. So I would like to know how, before I give away a copy of my book, I'm going to be asking you guys a question. You know I do this every week. I would like to know how many of you don't already have lemon essential oil. I'm pretty much assuming most of us, when we are first introduced to essential oils, I'm thinking lemon is probably one of the, it's got to be the top 6 in there somewhere. So I'm be curious to know, you guys that are able to comment over here in the questions and answer section, how many of you guys don't already have a lemon essential oil? And Danielle has a question. Do you see when we give you thumbs up? I have no idea when you're giving me a thumbs up. However, when I go to review the replay, which I do, I replay this just so if I'm listening to myself and I'm like, did I really say it that way? I kind of meant it this way. Or if there's something that needs to be clarified, or if it triggers, like actually a couple times I said I wanted to make a note. I didn't actually write it, so I'm going to re-watch this, and I'm going to be seeing where I said I wanted to make those notes. So at that point, there will be on the replay, there will be that bar in the bottom that shows where you guys are doing the thumbs up or the thumbs down. So that'd be really fun. I can't wait to see. Okay, Janet's asking, where is the group chat? We're kind of using this Q&A right now as the group chat, but there is another icon. Honestly, I'm not sure if you can see that. There is another icon that you can click on for chatting, but I'm not sure if that's enabled. So Tara's saying, it's either Tara or Tara, I don't know. Tara's saying that lemon was her very first essential oil. Awesome. Grammy Lynn says that she has it. Very nice. And Janet says lemon was her very first oil along with lavender. Awesome. It's very, very, very good. I use it. It's like my #1 for cleaning. I'll use that and tea tree, but lemon, it just smells so good. Love, love lemon. Awesome. So do you guys have any more questions? And while you're thinking up a few more questions, I love your questions, by the way. I think, there can be so much more learned from your questions. It tells me maybe what I missed, maybe what I forgot, what I left out of the presentation. So when you guys ask questions, it's like, okay, I'll have to try to remember that type of question for next time so I can kind of get it in there to help clarify. But then again, I don't want to get to the end and not have questions, because this is really good sounding board. So Kelly's commenting that she's thankful she learned not to put lemon essential oil in her drinking water. Yes, unfortunately, that is such a trend with these parties that people get together, and it seems like everybody does this, and they're passing around water with usually lemon essential oil in it. And, you don't realize really, but, you think, oh, lemons, lemon is good for you, and, this is lemon oil. But I don't think a lot of people realize this is a concentrated. This isn't just like an infused oil. This is steam distilled or cold pressed, very concentrated lemon essential oil. And actually, you know what? Today I had some time and I was trying to do the math. There's this really good book called Aromatics. It's I'm going to have to get a link to you guys on that, but it's a really new book by Peter Holmes, I believe, and he had a section on lemon, so I was just kind of going over it, and he was saying a kilogram is, you can get a kilogram of lemon essential oil out of 120 to 150 kilograms of lemons, which translated to 35, wait, what was it? An ounce per 8 pounds. So I was trying to do it down to try to figure out what a 5 ml would be. But roughly, so it's like, what, 1.2 or something pounds per teaspoon? So for each teaspoon of lemon essential oil is roughly a pound of lemons. And that would be lemon rinds only. So that's a lot of lemon rinds. So I was trying to, and I can't do it really quickly right here, but I was trying to figure out how many lemons per drop of essential oil. But it's a lot. So when you're adding, I know there's recommendations out there to add, 3 to 9 drops of essential oil, and not always just lemon, as sometimes it's others as well, to your drinking water, 3 times a day, 6 times a day. That is a lot of lemons. And, our bodies were not made to be consuming large amounts of concentrated lemon oil. It's just not what our bodies are made to do. And unfortunately, people are finding out the hard way, not having too good on the insides. Patricia's asking, are all lemon essential oils phototoxic? If it's cold pressed, yes, it will be phototoxic. Absolutely. Steam distilled lemon essential oil is not phototoxic. So if you're wanting to use more than 2%, which is the topical max for lemon essential oil, if you're wanting to use more than 2% on the skin, then please purchase steam distilled or go below 2%. Tara is saying that she's put a few drops of lemon on her vacuum cleaner filter and it makes the whole house smell good when I vacuum. Yes, absolutely.
I love that idea so much.
That is a great idea.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that idea. So I'm glad that you reminded me, Tara. I need to pull my filter out and do that. So.
Okay, so there's a question here on tea tree essential oil. Yes, absolutely, I will be doing a class on tea tree, definitely. I have a huge list right now. You can find that on usingeossafely.com/EO class. That's where you can find a recording of all our previous classes, as well as on the bottom, I have a list of classes that are for the future that I'm going to be doing. And actually, off that page on somewhere else, I have an even larger list. So definitely I will get to tea tree. I wish I could do all of these more quickly, but it seems like I can only handle doing one every week. I really put a lot into this, and I just can't do more than one per week. But yes, definitely you will see a class on tea tree. That was the first essential oil I used, and I really love tea tree. And Grammy Lynn's asking a question about cleaning floors. Absolutely. You can use lemon essential oil for cleaning floors. If you do have wood floors that have a coating on it, you may want to be very careful in your usage, but you can definitely use it. For linoleum and stuff, absolutely. There shouldn't be any issue with that at all. I personally have used it on linoleum floors and it works really well. Michelle's asking for a class on dilution. Yes, I'm actually thinking, so our class for next week is going to be anti-germ, and it's going to be a brand new recipe. I know I do have a recipe out there for anti-germ that smells a lot like the Thieves or the On Guard. That's what I was trying to sort of replicate for you guys aroma-wise. But my personal preference for anti-germ is I really wanted to add that tea tree in there. So this will be a very new, a brand new recipe. It's definitely going to be family safe, of course, as always. But so I've kind of already gone over this a little bit. There's not as many, like with lemon, you can use lemon for so many different things. For anti-germ, there's only a few ways that you can use it. So my point is, I'm thinking this week might be the first week that I might end up getting 2 classes in. So we'll see. And I would definitely like, dilution is going to be the one I'm going to do. So hopefully if all goes well this week, I want to do one on dilution. I may just go ahead and jump on Periscope one day, so definitely follow me there. I may do a Google Hangout, spur of the moment, so it's recorded. I'm not really sure, but I definitely want to very soon, as soon as possible, want to do one on dilution, because I know there's a lot of questions you guys have with how to do it correctly. I know I say dilute this, dilute that, but meantime, you can go to usingeossafely.com/dilute, and there's a ton of information and charts for you there. So Daphne, do you have any last words before I go ahead and try to figure out what question I'm going to use?
Yeah, I was going to add, I'm going to enter the link in the chat. I don't know if it'll pop up for everybody, but if you'll be able to see it. But there is a, was that? Well, did it go? There is a YouTube video. Okay, I posted it twice. That I did for Leah on Leah's YouTube channel about diluting. So if you don't understand what it means to dilute, don't understand all of the terms, that is a great video to go watch. No brag. I've been told that. Helpful videos on Leah's channel. She has some older videos, like making a blend and those types of things. And if there's something that's, not covered that you want to see in the future, pop onto the group and let us know. And, we'll try to remember that. So like, say, I did an inhaler one recently, but say, I'm trying to think of a thing. I'm dialing it back to the, just there's a basic thing that we're just throwing terms around and you don't understand, come and tell us. And so next time we're doing that basic thing and not even thinking about it, we'll stop and, maybe we'll have time to make a video for you really quick so to help you better understand. Because we want you guys to understand. And just because, it's basic and second nature for us doesn't mean that we think that, it's not a big deal to you. Sometimes we forget, but we were all there once. We all, didn't understand at one point in time. So if you're not getting it, let us know. We want to explain it to you, definitely.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and it's not, again, I don't want to just throw terms around and assume that you know what I'm talking about. I actually do expect that you will ask when you're not sure about stuff. That's what this Q&A is for. And I do have spots on my website where I do explain further. Like I mentioned, you can go to usingeossafely.com/dilute and it's all there.
Right.
So certainly if you have any questions, there are no stupid questions. Okay. When I first started out, I asked questions all the time. I mean, questions is how you learn. So please ask. There are no stupid questions. I will never say, you mean you don't already know? That's just not how I am. So, please ask away. So I will be adding a link to the link that Daphne shared about the wool dryer balls. I will be adding that back into my post. And I also realized I neglected to add, I have been adding links to supplies, like where to get inhalers and different things in my post, because that's a question that you guys usually have for me. So I try to have all that right in the post for you. So as you're scrolling that you go, okay, right, that's where I can get it. So just for more information. So for those of you, I guess it's going to be limited to those of you who can use the Q&A. So get the Q&A ready. I can't seem to ask. Yes, thank you, Patricia. The only stupid question is the one that isn't asked. Absolutely. Please ask. That is why we have, if you go to usingeossafely.com/FB, we'll bring you right to our group and we get asked questions all day long and we love answering your questions. Yeah. So for those of you who can use the Q&A, I am going to be giving away a copy of my book, The Truth About Using Essential Oils Safely. Essential Oil Safety. Oh man, there's so many out there. I can't even remember the name of my own book. Anyways, so I'm going to be asking a question. The first person that answer this correctly will win a copy of my book. You can email me at leahharrisueos@gmail.com and I will reply back with a book. So get ready. So the question is, how many drops of lemon essential oil is safe to add to your water? That is my question. I like to have them easy, Like 'em easy. Come on, guys.
It probably froze, like at that exact moment.
I know, right? I know I told you. I told you exactly how many drops of lemon.
There we go. It came in at the same time, but I'm seeing
I don't see anything.
on the bottom, which is the first one.
Okay. So you say the one on the bottom is the first one?
Yeah, the one on the bottom's the first one. But now they're all scattered in there. Weird. But Gramulin's still on bottom. So.
Okay, so Gramulin. Absolutely. Oh, that's awesome, Gramulin.
Congratulations.
Okay. Awesome. Congratulations. So please send me an email, leahharrisueos@gmail.com, and I will reply back with a book. Awesome, awesome. Congratulations.
Yay.
So you guys got it. I told you. I knew you guys were listening.
I know exactly how many. Well, like as soon as you asked, your screen froze. Like you started talking.
Really?
She's still there. So I bet it just froze on everybody for half of a second or whatever.
Maybe. Because usually it's just like a flood. Like everybody's like boom, boom, boom.
I know. I was sweating that one. I was like, woo.
Okay. So are there any
next week?
What'd you say?
What are we doing next week?
Anti-germ.
Popped in to look.
Anti-germ. I already said it.
Yeah, yes, you did. See, good thing I'm not competing for these books.
So yes, anti-germ will be for next week.
I don't need to know anything.
It's okay. It's late. So we'll be doing anti-germ next week. So definitely stay tuned. Please subscribe to Google. I do have, let's see, the showcase. I don't know if you guys can see it when I click on it or not. Hopefully you can. But you can see here where you can click to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also my Google+. Is it coming up for you, Daphne? The showcase on the side? Okay. Anyways, you can find me on YouTube. You can find me in Google+. So whichever format you use this week, if it worked for you, whether it was the Google+ Hangouts or the YouTube, join us again. It's going to be a different link because it's not going to be on Lemon. So check the Facebook group. Subscribe to my newsletter, wherever. I send it everywhere. I'm on Pinterest. I'm on Instagram, everywhere. So I'm always sharing throughout the week where you can find our next class. So I hope you can join us. This has been a lot of fun. I'm sorry there are more of you that weren't able to figure out how to do the Q&A. Please post in the group if you are having trouble so that we can figure that out for you and hopefully help you to be able to do that next time. So Danielle says nothing comes up for us. Nothing comes up for you with what, Danielle?
The showcase. If you guys can see the different toolbar, it's the little yellow luggage or sticker tag.
Right. Yeah.
Price tag things. That's what I'm
normally if you click that that grid thing, you have those two options, Q&A and then the showcase. It depends on which format you're on, but you should be able to see those links. But otherwise, you can go to usingeossafely.com. You can find everything on the left side. You can find me there, click on there, subscribe, whatever you want to do there. So hopefully you can find that. So thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. And I hope you can find us next week as well.
Yes.
So
have a great evening,
thanks so much, guys. See you next week.